All right, I think everything is working here. I'm excited to join you tonight. I apologize for last weekend when I came back from the dentist and I had too much pain, and I'm just going to make sure I adjust the volume here. What's going on? So anyway, I am here. This is Madeleine from Madeleine's Craft Room, and I'm from Parksville, Vancouver Island, and I'm happy to join you tonight with some adorable little owls. And so we're going to make a card together, and then I'm also going to show you a few other ones that I have made. So if you are joining me live, be sure to comment so that I can see that you are there, and I will be able to also enter you into the draw. And so be sure to do that. And if you're catching me on the replay, do the same thing. Make sure that you comment so that I can add you as well. And so happy that you can join me tonight. So let's get going with this. This cute little set is from our Sale-a-bration brochure. And it is one of the items here in Canada that when you purchase $60, then you can choose one of the items free. And this is one of the items, like really cute little owls. And so let's see, we've got 3 owls. I can see, I don't know who's joining me. Be sure to add your name so I know you're there. We have a party owl. We have a little guy with a bow tie. And then we have the one that's flying. So this is the one we're going to use tonight. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually use my stamp apparatus. And actually, I'm not going to use this paper. I'm actually going to use one of our rectangles, our deckled rectangles. I love this set of dies. Cute bow. Yes, isn't it cute? And I thought it's cute that it's got a little birthday hat one as well. So we're just going to make sure we put this where we want it. And we're going to make sure this is straight, not like last time when I put it on crooked and then we wonder why it didn't stamp crooked straight. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Now, we are going to stamp the owl, but we are also going to use another product. So here are the deckled rectangles, and that is the one that we're using here to stamp directly onto. But I'm also going to use our beautiful alphabets. These are just dies. There are no stamp that goes along with it. And so I've taken out the words or the letters to spell hello. So we just want to make sure, oh, of course it's going to, oh yeah, it's going to want to stick to the magnet. Maybe I'll just remove the magnet for a minute. They are strong magnets. So we're just going to make sure, oh, it's going to be backwards. We want to make sure that we have enough room for the hello. So make sure that we get the bird, the owl high enough that we can get him on there. And I think we can. Let's have a look. It'll be pretty close because it doesn't matter if we put a little bit above it. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Go back over here. Sometimes I find if you slide the magnet, that's an easier way to get it off there. All right, so we're going to use Memento ink, and we're going to, oh, you can't see. We're going to get the owl all inked up here. It is, of course, a cling rubber stamp, and we're going to go down, and again by using the stamp apparatus, that if you don't get him all nicely there, which he is just fine. So we're good there. We're going to take it off, and now we are going to make our letters. I really like these letters because they're a little bit bigger than the other sets. So when you're making letters for your front of your card, it's nice that it is a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to bring my little mini in here because they fit perfectly on here. So put that on. And I'm going to use, I should show you what color I'm doing. I'm using one of my favorites, Mango Melody. And we're going to use a piece of white as a layer. And then this paper is from, oh boy, what is it called? It's in our Sale-a-bration as well. It's a large pack of paper. Dandy Designs. So, yeah, there, I think you can see it now. Look at some of these bright colors and yet nicely muted colors as well. So that is a 48 sheet pack. It is huge. So that's what I have here for our designer paper. And we're going to put that over there because we're going to cut these out into the Mango Melody. So I'm just going to put, of course, the cutting edge down. And we're just going to put these on here. All right, and the 0 and another L. Okay. And make sure when you use your mini to stagger your plates. It seems to go in really easily and quickly then with the machine. Don't want my table to jiggle too much. There we go. All right. So let's have a look what we got. We've got our letters. Oh, of course, some of them are still sticking on there. That's okay. All right, get our scrap out of the way. All right, so we'll take our dies and we're going to move the dies over here. So now we're ready. We got our stamping and our cutting. So now what we're going to do is do some coloring. So you can use many different colors for the owl. Today I'm going to use a soft suede and crumb cake. And so what we want to do is start with the lighter. And we're going to go, everybody can see me here. Gotta be careful here. This is actually a small surface. So you could probably use either the small bullet point or you can use the bigger. For the first one to blend, I am going to use the bigger point. But now when I come into this one, whoop, I am going to just use the bullet. And I'm just going to put a little bit in the corners. Now, technically, if you don't like to color, you don't even have to worry about this. You can just do it in one color because they are very small surfaces. So you can very easily, it will look fabulous whether you do blend it or not. But just want to give you an idea how to get that all blended. And then that way, those colors will blend in there. Now we're going to go down here. This is, again, just double check. So often I change colors and then I go, oops. But you can do it the other way as well. You can start with the dark and go with the light. And that's the way some people prefer to do it. It's kind of nice to be able to kind of stick to one way so that you don't get it mixed up. Because you don't want dark, obviously, over your whole image. And we want to be able to make sure we just do small amounts because we do want the blend to blend. Fancy that. So what we're going to do is just kind of go here where you would maybe see the shadows. And maybe under here a little bit. Okay, now we go back to our light. And we're just going to go in there on top and then a little bit into the other part. And if it's still not, you can even cover the whole thing. If you leave it, it does tend to blend all over, but sometimes that's what I will do because sometimes it still looks like there's quite a line there. But that's one way you can fix that. Okay, now in this one, we're going to go real simple. We'll do a little bit of both. So this one I am just going to use the Crumb Cake Dark, and I am going to just go in, oops, and I got the eyeball. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab my color lifter. I should be using the bullet, maybe I have better control. It's okay, we'll finish this part. See if I can try not to do it on this side. But look at his big eyes, isn't he cute? And then we're going to do this little part on the bottom here. Okay, so now color lifter. Let's get the color lifter. And we just go over top of that area and it will lift the color. Okay, so then now we want to make some color for his eyeballs. And you could use blue. You could use many different colors. Let's see, I think I'm going to use this for the beak. Oops, maybe a little too bright. Last minute thought, maybe not the best idea. That's okay. I'm going to go over it here. Let's see if it's too dark. Nope. It will just subdue it a little bit. There we go. And now the decision, are we going to use blue for the eyes or are we going to do it in yellow? Let's try yellow. Let's try yellow. So what about you crafters? Do you have the owl already? I would love to see what you're creating with it because he is pretty cute. Oh, we forgot. We want to put a little bit here by his ear. We'll just do the yellow. There we go. Okay. So now we want to move our letters, put them upside down. Oh boy, tricky to get with the fingers. There we go. So if you use Stampin' Seal, it will not work because these are too skinny. So in this case, the best thing is to use our liquid glue. Oops, and even that's a little bit too much. And the other secret is you can use a sponge and you can just dab it so that you are only getting little bits of it on. I'm just going to go really ever so lightly, and then I'll show you what I do with a little bit of excess. And I'm doing this on top of my silicone mat because if I did it on top of my paper, then my paper is going to get all full of glue. And then guess what? Your card and everything else will stick to it. Not a good plan. So let's see if I can get that off. Okay. So now, let's see. Oh boy, I think I should have practiced first. I think I'm going to do the O first. And I'm going to just dab it upside down. Now it's going to stick to me. Let's start with the O first so we make sure that we're going to have enough room. So we're going to put the O on there. And then we need an L, and we're just going to turn that upside down. And then the little excess glue goes on our silicone mat. And then it's not going to ooze out on us. So we're going to do L. We need the other L. Again, just flip it over so we get some of that excess off. I love this bright color. And on our dreary days, I just love the brightness. It makes me think that spring is coming. So there we go. We got the E. And then, whoop, now our H doesn't want to come. Come here, H. And I love it how it doesn't really matter which way you go. Okay, we had lots of room. Look at that. So we got our hello. And now we're going to take our silicone mat and put that over there. And now we're going to bring in our card base. And then we have white. Now I should say on the back of this is daisies. So you most certainly could use the daisies. It's a little bit more subdued, but it looks pretty. I like bright, so I'm going to go with bright. Now I'm just thinking I could have gone in the background a little bit with the blending brush as well, but that's okay. If you're doing it, that is an option you certainly could do as well. Okay, so now we can use Stampin' Seal because we don't have, oops, I need another silicone mat though. Because the other one's all full of glue. So we're going to put this on here. Helps if you hold it the right way. We're going to put this on a few layers. So we're going to put this one on the white. Just like that. And then we're going to turn this around, and now we're going to put our adhesive on the white, and then we're going to stick that onto our Mango Melody. Still see? Okay. Doesn't that make it look all bright and cheery? Okay. So I think we're going to have to pop this though. So the other thing is you could put that sentiment, but I don't think I will because I got the hello on there. But this stamp set has some really cute sentiments. Look at this one. Hoot hoot, you're so cute. Or for the birthday, you can do It's Your Day, or even for another occasion. And of course, my friend you can use for a lot of different occasions. So that's pretty sweet. So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to put our dimensionals on the back. And I usually put one in each corner, and then usually just two in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to take off our paper. My fingers are going to work. Come on. And you can see how it bled. The blends, they bleed. That's why you always got to do it on either some other paper or your silicone mat, because the blends definitely do bleed. Okay. So now we're going to put that guy on there. And now to finish it off, what should we use? Look at these glossy dots. I've been enjoying using the yellow. They're almost all gone, which is unusual. Usually pink and purple and blue is gone. So I must have been all of a sudden making some yellow cards. But we could use yellow, or we could use these new ones, which are the pastel adhesive back sequins in the mini catalog. And there is gold. I'm thinking the gold looks better. That yellow is a different yellow. It's more the daffodil yellow, and that's the mango. So I think it looks better, I think, with the gold. So we're going to take some gold, and let's see, we're going to put maybe one over here, maybe one up there, and one, let's see, maybe over here by the O. All right, now we got our sequins. There we go. Oops, get it in the camera. Isn't that a cute little hello card? I just love those letters because you can spell B-Day or love, especially with Valentine's coming up. There's lots of different words, of course, that you can spell, and they just look lovely on the card front. So there we go with our adorable owls. And this is the one card, and I was going to show you a few other ones. So I decided to make a party one. And so here I have our party owl, and I have used, of course, our contour dies for this. But in the middle, I have used the Fancy Flora Something Fancy dies. And I thought that worked really well with the nesting and then into the contour. And I put, of course, blue eyes. And I don't know if you can see it, but he's got Winkastella on his hat. And oh, here's those glossy dots. I had some more balmy blue for that one. So that's a really cute birthday card. And then the other one that I made I had to make, of course, the cute little guy with the bow. You see the bow tie? And I actually did color his bow tie as well on this one. And this again is, all three of these are that beautiful dainty paper that we were looking at earlier. See if I can find it again. The dainty designs. So, oopsie, get it down in the camera. So all three of these. Now with this one, I did a little bit different. I decided to put the paper through the embossing folder. I should show you because it is something new. This is the new metal plate, which can definitely be a very masculine one, and it goes with more masculine the motorbikes. However, I thought it would just add some nice texture, and it kind of, because the paper is more subdued, it really showed up beautifully on there. So you can see that, and then I've put these iridescent faceted gems on there as well. And this ribbon actually is the ribbon in the mini catalog too. This is actually, I think, the pool party. Isn't that interesting? Hey, it doesn't look pool party, but you know, it goes with that color. So I just put it, of course, a little bit on the label. And on this particular, use the Stamparatus to stamp Hoot Hoot, You're So Cute. But I cut out the owl. Now you do have to fussy cut this because this one here, of course, is doesn't come with the dies. Now, if you didn't have the ribbon, you could do what we did here or here, is that we could just stamp it on the image. But I stepped it up here by stamping or cutting it out, and then I just cut it and then I pop this layer here. So there we go. There's 3 samples with our cute, adorable owls. Whoops, you can't see the one. So there we go. I hope you got some ideas, and if you have the adorable owls, I would love to see it. They are so cute for so many different occasions. And of course, Sale-a-bration is only a little longer, only till the end of February. Man, it's coming quick. So be sure to check out my website there for any more information or more ideas. And then also next week is Valentine's Day, and so I am doing a class. I usually do my coffee and cards the second Tuesday of the month, and of course it so happens to be Valentine's Day. So on Coffee and Cards, we are going to make 2 cards, and so this is one. I decided to use the metal plate also on this, and on the plain white paper. I thought that looked really cool. So I've put a Valentine here. You don't have to. You could just put a circle and another sentiment, but this could very well be a Valentine's card. So we're going to make that card, as well as we're going to make a yummy milkshake card. Look at this. So this is an in-person only class. Because we get to use the stamps and make these cards, but we also get to enjoy some yummy treats. So we're going to have coffee and some refreshments. I have coffee and tea, a lot of selection, and we're going to have some Valentine treats since it is Valentine's Day. So thank you for joining me, ladies. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So be doing the live or the replay so you can be entered in the draw. So thanks, ladies. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.